How's it going, everybody? Today, we are going to be going over which dungeon is the easiest to solo flawless in Destiny 2. You have a wide range of different difficulty in each dungeon. Some parts of a dungeon are difficult, like surviving the elevators in Pit of Heresy, or not instantly closing duality after you find the first bug 3 seconds into the run. Then some parts are easy. But enough talking, let's get started. Starting off, we have Shattered Throne. Shattered Throne is laughably easy. The only part I actually could consider difficult is not Alt F4ing when Vorgeth pushes you with this big, stupid fucking eye blast. That is genuinely the most infuriating thing in the entire game. Taking into account, however, that I am the best Destiny 2 player. Clearly. Vorgeth can definitely pose a challenge if you're not experienced with soloing things in Destiny 2. A blinding nade GL helps out a ton in this. I personally use Forbearance or a Volt Shot Ikilos SMG. The rest of Shattered Throne is not super difficult, just don't fall basically. The final boss is another Forbearance situation, maybe a rocket like G-Horn and nuke the Dark Blades as well. That's pretty much Shattered Throne. Let's move on to the next dungeon. Next up, we have Pit of Heresy. And Pit of Heresy really knocks the socks off Shattered Throne. Actually, I don't think any enemies in here hit hard enough to do so, let alone kill you. Jokes aside, the first encounter is very straightforward, and I don't think I really need to specify why it is or how to do it. If you're going to solo a dungeon, let alone solo flawless it, you should already know how to do it. The only thing I'll say about the first encounter is avoid the elevators at all costs. They will roll a die on whether or not to send you on a one-way trip to a Michael Jackson concert. The second encounter is where a lot of people die in their runs, and it can be a bit difficult until you consider that Osteostriga, Trinity Ghoul, Forbearance, Ikilos SMG with Volt Shot, Thunderlord, Callus Mini Tool with Incandescent, Gyrfalcon, Strand, Arc Titan, Solar Warlock, Solar Titan, Void Hunter, Arc Hunter, Sunshot, Dead Messenger, Agar Scepter, Wither Horde, and probably a few more I'm missing, all exist. Okay, maybe that's a tiny bit harsh. It gets overwhelming at times. I get it. But honestly, it's not hard once you get a rhythm down. The final boss isn't very hard either. Pretty much just watch out for Cursed Thrall. Let's move on to some harder ones that you should probably avoid if you're looking for easy. I'll go over these ones pretty fast. Duality is still pretty buggy. It's a Cabal dungeon, which means that phalanxes are there, although it is still your fault if you die to them, especially after the change to where you can't die to physics damage. There are lots of enemies, and it gets overwhelming quite a bit if you're not making sure to clear all the ads. Keitel can be overwhelming, especially in the damage area where you need to make sure to kill the Bellkeepers and see where she's going, and also not get pushed off the edge or die to snipers. So yeah, don't do this one if you're looking for super easy. It's not super hard nowadays, but if you're watching this video in hopes of an easy solo flawless, you almost certainly cannot do this. The other dungeon is Spire of the Watcher. This one's not super hard, but it's harder than most other dungeons in the game, due to the boss having lots of health, supplicants, lots of enemies, etc. I would just avoid those two unless you're watching this for some reason, because I guess maybe it's entertaining to see which ones are the easiest, or I don't know. If you're watching this because of that, you probably already did these ones. Anyways, moving on. The final two are middle of the road, I think. I'd put them much closer to easy than I would hard, especially Grasp of Avarice, but still a bit more middle of the road for most people. Prophecy is still a bit of a challenge for most people. It's not very hard though. Just use the previously stated weapons, kill ads, deal some damage, don't fall, and you're done. Maybe I just find it easy though, because I've done the solo flawless like 5 times. Grasp of Avarice is really easy, but not as easy as Throne or Pit. I'd say it's the best next step after doing solo flawless, Shattered Throne, and Pit of Heresy though. So, there's where I would rank the solo flawlesses. I think the easiest is probably Shattered Throne, but Pit of Heresy is also really easy. So, who knows, it could be easier than Shattered Throne for you. So, give it a try. You can probably do it with some practice and some good weapons and builds. You got it. I believe. Kinda. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and as always, go fuck yourself.